Today I'm going to be making Pillsbury cinnamon roll Fillows Truffles, and I'm going to give you all of the ingredients you're going to need. You need 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of flour. You need half a teaspoon of baking soda. You need 1 stick of butter at room temperature, which I've already put in my KitchenAid mixer here. You need a 1/4 cup of white sugar, a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar firmly packed, half a teaspoon of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of milk, half a cup of chocolate chips, 3/4 cup of the Pillsbury Cinnamon Roll Fillows cream-filled cereal, 12 ounces of chocolate chips, and then you need a few blocks of almond bark. So since these are raw truffles, you have to make eggless chocolate chip cookie dough first, so that they're safe to eat, because you know, you're not supposed to have anything with a raw egg in it. So you may have seen me make this eggless chocolate chip cookie dough in other videos. If you have, you can skip forward until the part where it comes out of the freezer. Just skip forward a little if you don't want to see this part. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take your baking soda and add it to your flour, and then mix it a little bit, combine them together, and just leave this. So I already have my butter in my mixer, and I want to just whisk it. So that is creamy, so you want to add your sugar. I have my white sugar and my brown sugar, and then whisk it again. Add your milk and your vanilla. And now you want to add your flour. Remove it from my base, and I'm going to stir in the half cup of chocolate chips. Then once I have this stirred in really well, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and let it chill for 30 minutes. Okay, so my eggless cookie dough has been chilling for 30 minutes. So I'm going to put that in my mixer, and then this is where your Pillsbury Cinnamon Roll Fillows cream-filled cereal comes into play. You take this and you add it directly to that, and then you are going to mix this until it is well combined. Okay, that just takes a minute. And it's a pretty firm dough, so you can use your hands. You need a cookie sheet with a piece of parchment paper, and you're going to form these into balls, and you can put them close together because since they're not baking, they're not gonna, it's not like they're gonna spread out or anything. And you'll probably get 18 to 20 of these, just depending on what size you make yours. And so I'm gonna form all of these into balls, and then I'm going to put them in the freezer for 30 minutes. Been in the freezer for half an hour. Now it's time to melt your chocolate. I have a combination of dark chocolate and milk chocolate in here, so we're gonna melt it for like 30 seconds and then stir it, and then we'll melt it another 30 seconds and stir it, and we'll be back. So we've melted the chocolate. We're gonna drop our cookie dough into this, and then lay it right back out. And if you have, if you want to use sprinkles, this would be the time to put the sprinkles on right now before it melts. If you, before it dries, thank you, Kevin. Before it dries, if you wanted to add some chopped nuts to the top, you could do that as well. So I am going to just keep dipping these in the chocolate and then, whoop. Make a mess. That's what I'm gonna keep doing, making a mess. So now, what we're gonna do, I have 4 that don't have anything on them. We're gonna melt our almond bark in the microwave the same way that we melted the chocolate, and we're gonna dip probably 3 of these in the almond bark, but then I wanna leave 1 plain, but then we're gonna use the rest of it as drizzle. So we'll be right back when this is melted. Okay, so I'm gonna be using this in a minute. I don't know why I went ahead and stuck it in there, but I did. So I'm gonna take 3 of these and completely cover them with the almond bark. I've had people ask me many times before, what is almond bark? Where can I find almond bark? Almond bark is in the baking aisle. And it is near, it's usually in Walmart. It's right around the chocolate, chocolate chips, yeah. It's very common in the United States. I don't know if other countries have it or not. But it has a wonderful, wonderful flavor. So I'm only gonna cover 3 of these. Like I said, I'm gonna leave 1 completely uncovered so that we can see how it tastes. And now I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna tap it. And this is your decoration. And I like them kind of messy myself. I just think it's prettier that way. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it in the milk chocolate, and I'm gonna drizzle it over those white ones like this. Let's see if I can not make too big of a mess like this. There we go. Now, what you want to do is you want to put this in the freezer for about 10 minutes until these dry. Okay, these are ready. I think we counted like, what, 17?
17.
Okay, so first we're going to try one with no coating on it at all, just plain. And I did a recipe of these before, of the Hershey's Cookies and Cream Fillows. And so I'm very curious to see if this is going to make a difference with the cinnamon.
Yeah, because it's not like you put a ton of cereal on them.
It's only 3/4 cup.
You know, I didn't get any at first, but I did towards the end.
Yes, I did too. So as I'm chewing it up, I'm getting the texture of the cereal, but not a lot of flavor. And then now I am left with that cinnamon flavor in my mouth.
Yeah,
let's try the almond bark. I like that. I think that, and I also wonder, is the cinnamon gonna go well with the chocolate, with the cookie dough in general? And it does. So this is with almond bark.
I can cinnamon with that.
And I really like it with the almond bark. I love the texture that the cereal adds.
It's a good crunch.
I love the cinnamon flavor. The cinnamon, it seems like the almond bark, either it made the cinnamon stronger or I just got more cereal in that bite. You never know, you know? Okay, so now with the chocolate.
Chocolate. The piece I got, the cinnamon was kind of lost.
I think it is lost in the chocolate.
The chocolate's a little too strong to keep the cinnamon flavor around.
So, 3/4 of these, almost all of these are chocolate. It's still delicious.
It's still very, very good. Super, super sweet.
It's very delicious, but if I were to make these again using the cinnamon cereal, I would use all almond bark.
Yeah. Or maybe even add a little bit more cereal. I know it doesn't say to add more cereal, but there's not much cereal.
No, you could have definitely added a full cup.
What was it, half?
It was 3/4 cup.
Yeah, if you went to a half, I think you'd be all right.
To a whole cup.
That's what I meant. To a whole cup. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think
just 3/4 to a 1. Yeah, I think that would definitely make a difference.
it would. Now you need to store these. You need to keep them cold because the chocolate will melt. So you need to put them in an airtight container, keep them in the refrigerator, and honestly, they're delicious when they're cold. Just like Oreo balls, if you've ever made Oreo balls, I have a recipe for that on YouTube. They are literally the best Oreo balls I've ever had. But we keep them in the refrigerator, and then when we are ready to have a party or something, we lay them out. But the rest of the time, we keep them in the refrigerator, and they're absolutely fantastic.
And that has the almond bark on the outside, which doesn't really get melty.
Right. But
they're just good cold.
They're very good cold,
Yeah.
and this is a very good cold.
Right.
So I definitely would recommend trying these. Like I said, I did the Hershey's Cookies and Cream Fillows cereal, and this, I think I like them both. I want to say I like the cookies and cream a little bit better than the cinnamon, just because I like that chocolate flavor more than the cinnamon, but I felt that way about the cereal too. When we reviewed the cereal, I like the cookies and cream better than the cinnamon. So which did you like better, do you think?
To me, it's about the same. If you get the white chocolate, the almond bark.
The almond bark,
white chocolate. If you get the almond bark and the cinnamon, they go really good together.
Excellent.
But then again, I like the chocolate ones with the almond bark as well. So yeah, so either one.
Yeah, so I hope you all try to make these. You can visit my blog. It's tammydunn.net, and I will give you the link of where I found these. And just know, when you go to the lady's website, to her blog, she used Crave cereal, and I was just looking for a recipe with a generic filled cereal that I could use in a no-bake type of recipe. And so I found her recipe for Crave, and I thought, well, I can use that for, this is basically the same thing.
Right.
So that's why I used her recipe. But I will give you the link to that when you visit my blog. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.